I usually don't make videos this prematurely, but I think this is a case that we have to cover in our channel. I want to raise awareness of this case because it is so brutal, and everyone who is supposed to be doing their job is looking the other way to help solve this case. This is the story of Cwecwe, a 6-year-old girl from South Africa. She is bright and always gets great marks, so she goes to a predominantly white private school called Bergview College in the Eastern Cape. One day, Cwecwe comes back from school, and it's late because her transport usually collects her a little late. She seems tired, just like always. She eats and sleeps like any other normal day. The next morning, Cwecwe tells her mom that she is having some sort of pain in her stomach. She tells her that when she goes to the toilet, nothing comes out. Mom brushes it off and gives her some meds. Mom thinks Cwecwe might just be constipated, and she tells Cwecwe that should she feel more pain at night, she must wake her up. During the night, Cwecwe can't sleep, but she loves her mom and doesn't want to bother her, so she doesn't wake her up. In the morning, she is crying. She tells mom and dad that she can't walk properly, and this starts to intrigue mom. Mom calls Cwecwe to examine her back. She finds a hole as big as a tissue hole on her back. So Cwecwe's mom and dad are police officers, and mom tells dad to go to work, and she will take Cwecwe to the doctor for a proper examination. In mom's mind at this time, she doesn't think that her 6-year-old daughter could be a victim of assault. She is only 6. Mom tells the doctor that Cwecwe seems to be hurt in the back. What could it be? The doctor does their examination and concludes that none of them wanted to utter. All the signs led to one thing. It was assault. Mom ran out of the doctor's office crying. She was sobbing. Mom says that she ran out not because only was she hurt that this happened to her 6-year-old, but also because she was a victim of an assault. She didn't understand why her 6-year-old had to go through what she once went through. She went back inside and paced herself, became strong for her kid, and comforted her. The doctor told mom that Cwecwe was penetrated on both ends, but most of the penetration occurred on the second hole. I know this is graphic, but I have to speak about it. This story must be documented. Mom calls dad and tells him that Cwecwe has been assaulted. Dad can't believe it. He asks where and when. She is always under supervision by trusted adults, either at school or at home. Mom is advised to take Cwecwe to a psychologist and then later open a case. She takes Cwecwe, who still can't walk, to the psychologist. When mom is on her way to the police station, she decides that she wants to go to Cwecwe's school first because it's nearby, to inform them why Cwecwe won't be coming to school. Mom takes Cwecwe to the police station, and they take Cwecwe, who is still in so much pain, to the public hospital to perform a medical examination to prove the assault so that they can officially open the case. Cwecwe and mom and dad now go home, but Cwecwe is still in so much pain, he can't sit straight. Dad gives Cwecwe a glass of water, and Cwecwe says, "I'm in so much pain that I wish I could get inside this glass of water." She is not even trying to crack a joke. Mom sees that this incident didn't only affect Cwecwe physically, but also mentally. Mom and dad decide to take Cwecwe to a private hospital so that they can at least help her to not be in pain anymore. The next morning, dad sits down next to Cwecwe and asks her, "What happened on Monday since you came back late from school?" Cwecwe tells dad that she was waiting for transport, and while she was waiting for the transport, the caretaker called her to come and help clean the classroom. Cwecwe, being the respectful girl she is, went. She says she cleaned the classroom by herself until she got tired and slept. The next thing she remembers is hearing the caretaker call her that her transport had arrived. Mom heard the whole conversation, and as a police officer, she knew that this information Cwecwe just said would help the police build a case. She called the police to come and take a statement, but they were so reluctant to come. She even ended up calling the district commissioner, who also gave her a cold shoulder. A couple of days later, Cwecwe was discharged from the hospital, and she was feeling better. But mentally, she was traumatized. She told mom that she wants to go to school soon, but she wants either mom or dad to come along with her to school to guard her. She doesn't feel safe at school. One day, mom gets a call from the principal of Bergview College, Jarko. Jarko tells mom that he sympathizes with her, and will try to help as much as he can with the case. He goes on to say that he has had rumors that Mom is circulating the idea that the assault happened at the school, and she must stop doing this because it is hurting the reputation of the school. The principal saw it fit to tell a grieving parent that he only cares about the reputation of the school and not the child. He even says that Mom will face legal consequences should she continue saying that the incident might have occurred at the school. A month goes by and Principal Jarko sends an email to Mom. It says that Cwecwe will have to repeat the class she was in since she didn't write exams, and the letter from the psychologist Mom sent didn't meet the protocol of his school. During this whole situation, Mom was pregnant with her third child, and she miscarried because of all the stress she was going through. I can only imagine what Mom was going through. One of her children was assaulted, and she lost another. The Department of Education set a meeting with Mom and the principal of the school. In the meeting, the principal said he doesn't see the need to have an internal investigation since Cwecwe left with the transport driver. That's where the investigation should start. The principal is trying to deviate the investigation from the school. So dealing with a 7-year-old who had been in such a traumatic situation means you have to be patient. One day, Mom asks Cwecwe again, what could have been happening? Cwecwe says that she remembers that before she fell and slept, she smelled a burning tire. This could mean that she was drugged to sleep. The police, on the other hand, are busy not doing anything. Mom calls the detective to tell them about the new developments. Every time she calls, she is told that the case has been handed to another detective. It's been 3 months, and the case is in the third detective. Mom tells the detective that since Cwecwe has been around 3 men, including her father that day, why doesn't the detective take DNA samples of the 3 men so that they can do a DNA test? The detective told Mom, "You will not give me instructions, I will be giving you instructions. Let me break down things that are suspicious right now. The school signed a contract with the parent that should the child's transport not come in time, the parent will be informed in due time. The receptionist usually calls Mom within 15 minutes after school is out. But on this day, Mom was not called, the transport driver was called instead, and he was also called at 14:44. Secondly, the principal says there is no record of a call that was made to the transport driver, but Mom was able to get a screenshot. Thirdly, the transport driver and caretaker agreed to get their DNA samples taken for cross-analysis, but the principal refused to get his taken. The police and the Department of Education are trying to protect themselves rather than seek justice for Cwecwe. This is a disturbing story that has many underlying issues of race discrimination, systematic incompetency, and possibly corruption. Let's gather and help Cwecwe get justice. Please sign the petition that I have attached to the description. Please like and sub to my channel.